Good morning out class, I hope you had a lovely weekend and you're ready to jump back into maths this week. We're going to be starting a brand new topic again, and this week we're going to be looking at measurement. So that's measuring the length and height of different objects using metres and centimetres. And today's lesson is going to be focusing on centimetres. So let's get started. Put your maths brains on and let's go. So this is our Power Maths lesson this week. We've got two children in the classroom, Cara and James, and they are finding objects to match the lengths on the list. Which length would the pencil be? So let's zoom in so we can see properly. Now, as you can see, they've lined up these objects against the different rulers. And how long are the rulers? Can you see? It looks a bit like a number line, doesn't it? And what's the first number? We can see a 0. And then right at the other end, we can see a 21. So let's look for the pencil. The pencil's right here, and so we know we line up the pencil against the ruler, starting from 0. You've got to make sure that it's right on the line on 0, and then we look for the longest point. So the point of the pencil is right on the 10 centimetres. So the length of the pencil is 10 centimetres. And which items measure 5 centimetres? So what do we know about 5 and 10? We know that 5 is half of 10, so we're looking for objects that are half the size of this pencil. We can see here this rubber is 5 centimetres long, and this paperclip is also 5 centimetres long. Now we've got a note from the cat here saying these rulers are not real rulers, so the centimetres are not quite the correct length. But we're just looking at the numbers for now to see how long the pencil case is. We start on the 0, the pencil case is lined up against the 0, and we look all the way along. How long is the pencil case? It's 20 centimetres long. The pencil case is 20 centimetres long. We've got to make sure whenever we measure something that we put the unit that we measured it in afterwards. Otherwise, it could be 20 bananas, 20 elephants, 20 anything. So we've got to make sure we always put centimetres, or if we're measuring in metres, we put metres, but we're looking at centimetres today. How tall is the tower of multi-link cubes? Now, this one is a bit trickier because our tower is not on 0. It's not starting from 0, it's stood on some books. And the girl here is saying the tower is not on 0. I will count the centimetres starting from 2 centimetres. So we can still work out the length. Have a go at it and then we'll come back and see if you got it right. So let's start from the 2 centimetres and we'll count all the way up to the 10 and see where we end up. It's 8 centimetres tall. Was that the most efficient way I could have worked out the length of the multi-link tower? What's a more efficient way you could have done? Well, if we knew the tower was starting from 2 centimetres and the whole length of the ruler is 10 centimetres, we could have just taken the 2 centimetres off of the 10 and found out that it was 8 because we know our number bonds really well in year 2. So the length of the tower is 8 centimetres tall. Oh, 8 is really tricky to draw on the computer. Let's have a look at the next question. Now this one requires you to have a ruler at home. Find yourself a ruler and have a go at question 2. Find and measure something that is longer than the pencil case. Find and measure something that is shorter than the tower of cubes. So we know that the pencil case was 20 centimetres long, so you need to find something even longer than that. And for the multi-link cubes, you need to find something that's a bit shorter. So on your ruler, you need to measure up any object that you find and check that it's either less than 8 centimetres or more than 20 centimetres in length. And for the challenge question, which string is longer, this straight string or this wiggly string? What do you think? This girl here is saying the straight string is clearly longer, but the boy is saying, is it? I'm going to get some string to help me. So you might want to do that as well. If you've got string at home, you can cut off a piece and lay it out straight and then make a wiggly piece and see which one you think might be longer. You won't be able to measure the length of the wiggly string when it's wiggly because the bits that have been bunched up are extra length. So the task I would like you to do today, as well as if you want to do the Power Maths book too, then you can, but here I've got a table with 2 columns, and on one side I've got object and on the other side I've got length in centimetres. cm means centimetres, yeah. So you're going to pick some objects from around your house. I've picked some random ones here that you might have in your house that you could measure. Most of these were just what I have immediately on my desk. And then you're going to measure them using a ruler and write the length in centimetres down beside it. So let's do a bit of measuring. I've got my ruler here, and you might notice it on your rulers at home that on one side it's got centimetres, and those are always the smaller ones here. And on the other side, mine has inches, which are spaced a lot further apart. So on one side you might have millimetres or you might have inches, and it will normally say in the corner what the unit of measurement is. On this side we've got inches, but I'm going to ignore that side, and you have to make sure that you're using centimetres, which are these ones. So let's first of all, we'll measure this pencil. So you need to make sure that you are starting on the 0. My ruler doesn't say 0 on it, but I know that it's 0 because of this line here. So I'm going to put the point of the pencil up against the first white line on my ruler, and then we go all the way along. Oh, it's exactly 18 centimetres long. Now, this ruler might not be the most accurate at measuring. Can you see why? There's a little bit chipped off the end, so if anything is more than 29 centimetres, we won't be able to tell officially how long it is. Now, you should try measuring a pencil with a rubber on the end and a pencil without a rubber. And which one's longer? Does the rubber add length to your pencil? Let's try the purple pen. We'll try it with the lid on and without the lid on to see if it makes a difference. So again, we're going to line up the lid of the pen with the first dash with the 0, and we'll go make sure it's straight against the ruler. We'll go all the way along. Oh, it looks like it's 14 centimetres. We're going to do it to the nearest centimetre. So the nearest centimetre is 14. Let's try it without the lid on. So we'll put the nib of the pen right on 0. This is quite a good pen because it's triangular, so you can sit it against the desk without it rolling around. Oops. So line it up with the 0. Oh, it's a little bit shorter. It's about 13.5 centimetres, but we'll round that. Okay, see what other objects you can find around your house to measure and create a table to put all of your measurements in.